guys, it's your girl Shauna.
And Marvin.
And we're back with another video.
And another one.
Alright, so this time we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a little bit of relationship advice, I guess. I'm going to do the top 3 do's and don'ts for him. Not necessarily him, but for like a guy. Like 3 things you should do and 3 things you shouldn't do.
This should be good.
And then he's going to come back with another video later of the top 3 do's and don'ts for her. Yours should be interesting. So let's get into it. So the first don't I have is, number 1, don't constantly nag. So men cannot stand naggers. Constantly bickering, constantly bothering him about things. All women nag. Okay, but we need to get better at it. We need to start, asking questions more and not just assuming, So that brings me into the do. So you don't want to nag, but you do want to appreciate and recognize what he does do. Alright, so let's go into the second don't. So the second don't is do not crush his ego. Do not. So men are really big on their egos. Like, they have a big head, big ego. Like, they have this idea of themselves, of who they are. So let's continue that for them. So if anything, you want to continue to. So this goes into my do. You want to encourage and uplift and support them. So if they feel like, look, babe, I'm about to go build a whole new mountain. We know you can't build a mountain, but you know what? We're going to encourage you. We're going to support you.
If you support me in that, you crazy.
I'm just making up stuff, but the whole point is to not crush you for what you really believe that you can do. Like, we're there to support you and uplift you and make sure that, you go for those goals.
Okay, cool. I understand that.
I just used the mountain. I don't know why.
For me, it's like, if you know somebody can't do it, you should be encouraging, but you should also, as like a woman, should be like, hey, look, this is something that I understand that you want to do, but I don't think it's going to work out the way you want it to work out. So what I think is that before you embarrass us both, you need to sit down. Like, for real.
So, like, when you be trying to play sports and stuff?
No, because I can
when you messed up your leg?
Listen, but I can actually play.
But I told you not to play.
Look,
and then your old butt messed up your leg. See? I was encouraging though. I was just like, you can do whatever you want to do. And he came home limping. Alright, so moving on to the last don't. So my last don't is...
Why are you so loud? It's my last don't.
My last one is don't make accusations. Men get so defensive. You like that one?
I love that one, honestly. Like, if there was a love button that I could hit right now, I would love it. Like, if it just was love and then hearts flew out, I would ding, like, for real. If real life was Facebook, ding, you know what I'm saying?
So men hate accusations, and us women, we love to accuse, we love to assume. I am guilty of it. But one thing we do want to do, that brings me to my last and final do, is to go in asking. If you do feel like you need to make an accusation, what I mean by go in asking is to ask questions first. Don't go in head on like most women do, like, who is this? Or are you kidding me? Instead, just go in like, okay, I saw something I wasn't sure about. What is this? Or can you tell me about this? Just making sure we come in correct so men do not get so defensive and it causes an argument.
For like women that always want to assume and always think the worst, like the one thing that your thoughts do is bring things to fruition. So the more you look at things and the more you try and find something, you're gonna find it. Whether you're finding like things wrong in the relationship, whether you're finding things wrong with maybe what he's doing or what he's saying to other people, generally, like, what you search for, you'll find. So, like, on that same token is you have to have a level of trust in any relationship. whether it's a friendship, whether it's your kids, whether, you know what I'm saying, it's, I'm sorry, your mother, your father, your significant other, you have to have a certain level of trust with each and every person in your life. So until that trust is there, like, you're going to assume, you're going to want to do these things. But what you shouldn't do is act on every assumption, because acting on every assumption only does two things, which is one, make a man defensive to where he then starts pushing you away because all you're doing is accusing him. And then number two is give you thoughts in your head that start to push you away because you don't know the true answers behind things, because you assumed instead of asking. So just ask questions, like she said, like, before you actually assume that something is what it may seem, or you may be looking at something where you don't know exactly what's going on and you assuming it could bring out the wrong outcome.
Okay. So what do you think about all three of my do's and don'ts?
Okay, so I think those are very valid points. The one about, like, pushing and boosting a man's ego and never, like, trying to crush his dreams.
I'm not saying
like,
never.
But what I'm saying is this. So, like,
Benji, stop. Give me my beer.
okay. So, crazy. So, one thing about building a man up, you never, ever, ever want to put anyone on a higher pedestal than you put yourself. And the reason I say that is because as human beings, we are all on the same playing field, no matter who it is. So you may be great at one thing, but someone else is greater than another. And the only thing that puts you two together, in a sense, is you being human beings. So always make sure that you pop the bubble just enough to make sure that they still understand that they're a human being.
Yeah, and you know me, I'm very, 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 very honest. So I'm not saying lie to them. I'm not crazy.
Oh, you can see. I forgot we was
Whatever.
looking at the
So, like, I'm extremely honest. I'll be the first to tell you about yourself. But at the same time, if that's what you believe, I'm not going to ruin it for you. Like, I'm going to be like, okay, if this is what you believe, I'm going to be your number one supporter. I'm going to be right there next to you. And then when you screw it up, I'm going to be like, I told you, babe. But you know you went for it. You know, high five me?
No.
Okay.
So, another thing on the nagging portion of things, it's okay to be disgruntled. It's okay to want something better or want something more. Nagging comes into play when it becomes like all you're doing is complaining about, like, let's just say little things, all right? Let's just say he walk in the house and he don't give you a hug or he don't kiss you, go immediately to the bathroom. Well, maybe he had to, you know what I'm saying, handle his business because, you know, he had just got off work.
I feel like you talking about me.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking in general.
I feel like you talking about me.
I'm just talking in
Be
general.
Be real.
I'm talking in general.
Who you talking about?
I'm talking in general.
But I get mad when you come in the house and don't kiss me and go right to the bathroom.
You do? So, like, just make sure that you're getting mad at the right things. Every small thing doesn't deserve a reaction. I do understand that, like, having a lot of small things happen in a short amount of time then makes it a bigger issue. But what you want to do is you want to address the bigger issue and not the smaller issues, because once you, like, start addressing every single smaller issue, it becomes nagging, right?
I disagree.
It becomes nagging only because of how many conversations you all are having about different things.
But the smaller issues are what created the bigger issue. So if we're discussing the bigger issue, we have to backtrack to talk about the smaller ones that created this bigger issue.
But to have one conversation rather than many conversations is totally different.
But how can you
right?
have that one conversation without figuring out the root of that bigger issue? Because it started with those smaller issues. So now you have to address everything.
Right. So if you were able to address everything at once, then it'll come full circle. So most times
So
when
how
you
is
just,
that nagging?
because most times when you just talk about one little thing, right, let's just say, laundry wasn't done, right? You talk about laundry. Oh man, you ain't do the laundry today? No, I ain't do laundry today. The next day, oh man, you ain't do the dishes? No, I ain't do the dishes, right? But the laundry done, the dishes not done, right? But I ain't do the dishes, so the dishes ain't done.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So it becomes nagging only because there's so many different topics that are coming up, and then like, who's to say that maybe the next day I didn't plan on doing a deep clean, right? So you have to wait and process things before you just speak up. That's another thing with asking, right?
Or maybe men need to be able to communicate those things. If you see that she's getting frustrated about you not doing things that she's asked, you can be like, okay, well, I don't want you to worry about it because I plan on doing this, so you don't have to worry about this, or this.
So what
Instead
you saying,
of just making her wait, because if she waits, she's going to get anxious, she's going to get upset, or she's just going to do it herself and then nag some more.
Okay, I thought I was talking.
I don't care.
Cool.
We're having a discussion.
No, it wasn't a discussion.
It's back
it
and
was more
forth.
like me talking.
It's back and forth.
No, it definitely wasn't
Yes,
back
it
and
is.
forth. I don't need your input.
See, this is your problem.
No.
You don't listen.
No, I do listen. I didn't need your input at this time.
Okay, well, I wanted to put in my input.
You always do. But yeah, guys, that kind of wraps up and sums up like everything that I have to say about our do's and don'ts. One thing I do want to add for women, like in general, is just like know your mate, right? Understand your mate, understand the essentials of what they stand. The principles that they stand on. What the hell is wrong with you? The principles that they stand on. Can you stop? I'm trying to talk for real.
I'm listening.
God.
I'm distracting you?
Yes.
Why?
Because you're awkward. Stop being awkward.
I'm listening.
Understand your mate. Know the principles that they stand on. Know everything that either turns them off, turns them on. Get the away from me. That either turns them off, turns them on, or even like the little things, right? Just know the things that tick them off, the things that make them happy. Know how to talk, and know when not to talk. So it's sometimes where like talking is cool, and other times you might be talking too much, and that's just the honest truth. I tell Shauna all the time she's talking too much. So I do. Don't sit here and
You
lie on
don't never
camera.
say I talk too much.
I have. You was like, babe, I'm talking too much. Yes.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember because you shut up and we was good. Or you probably kept talking. I don't know which one it was. Okay, but yeah, that's just my add-on. We all have to find what we were put on this earth for, but to find somebody to spend the rest of your life with is really, really, really hard. I'm grateful because I have like a strong black woman next to me, and I'm grateful that her mom raised her the right way. Like, to be honest. So yeah,
that was the sweetest thing you've ever said to me since we started dating. I'm just playing.
I say a lot of sweet stuff.
Well, I can't wait till you do yours.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I can put my 2 cents in while you're trying to come for me.
Definitely.
It's gonna be litty.
This
So
is
next
gonna be
video
lit.
after this, we're gonna see what Marvis has to say about the do's and don'ts for women, for her.
Definitely. I'm probably gonna have a long list. Cause
You only get 3.
I only get 3.
3 do's, 3 don'ts.
Oh, okay.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell so you can get all notifications for our next video as well.
Hey, just know, it's good vibes all day, every day. Liddy. Alright guys, and always do me a solid. And this is the number one thing for me, always and forever. Keep God first.
Bye guys.